what's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Hopefully, you had a great week. We're here to kick off your weekend with another episode of I Could Be Wrong. I'm Brad. He's Justin.
What's up, man?
Bro? Ready to talk about some football?
Yeah.
All right. First off, we're going to kick off your week by bragging about our Notre Dame Fighting Irish once again.
Woo!
Of course, obviously, it was a FCS school last week that they played. But they looked really good again.
Ooh,
they are actually playing right now against NC State. Obviously, a step up in competition.
Yep.
So we'll get a better read on how good they're going to be this season. I think that this game is going to obviously be a lot closer than the last two games that they've played. Still think Notre Dame comes out on top and continues their march towards the top five in the college football playoffs.
I think so too.
I was watching earlier and I saw a stat. And I was mentioning it to you before we started recording here. Yeah. But Sam Hartman, the Fighting Irish starting quarterback, coming into today's game, not including anything that's happened so far this afternoon or this morning, but coming into today's game, he had been on the field for 12 drives. The Irish scored 11 touchdowns on those 12 drives.
Wow.
And the one that they didn't score was, I believe, a fumble inside the red zone where they were on their way to score a touchdown. Wow. So.
Update that to 13. NC State stopped us on one.
Yeah.
But, like you said, going to be a closer game.
Going to be a much closer game, much tougher competition this week and moving forward throughout the season.
But to your point, that's a phenomenal stat.
Hell of a stat. Dropped it.
Fourth down.
Good defense. There, he didn't catch that.
No, that ball hit the ground.
The ball hit the ground. Nice try.
he's doing a good acting job, though.
He's trying to fake the referee like a
that was a good acting
everybody
job.
Saw the ball hit the ground.
That was funny.
That's hilarious.
Bounced right back up into his arms.
Okay, yeah.
But 11 out of 12 touchdowns. And again, you expect teams to score. Yeah. You know, you want to score. But when it's all touchdowns.
All touchdowns.
That's amazing.
Killing it. So.
That's amazing. We're going to get another opportunity right now.
There we go. Yeah, so hell of a start for the Irish on the season. And hopefully they can keep it going against NC State today. So. Moving right along, something else we want to celebrate. Woo! Nikki B got paid.
Yeah.
The Bear is back, and the Niners are ready to go on their Super Bowl run with their most important player. Thank goodness he got signed. Obviously, we're both excited about it, both happy about it. I think personally, he's probably going to play, I would say, on a limited snap count this week, but we'll see because he keeps himself in great shape. Yeah. They haven't really mentioned whether he's going to be on a snap count or not, so it's going to be interesting to see. But I'm just glad that he's back. He's on a long-term deal, and they've been making other moves. You sent me some information showing they've freed up a lot of cap space.
Yeah.
So I think that the 49ers are trying to make up for the Trey Lance trade by positioning themselves with all this cap space to really continue to keep their core together, number one. They got some guys coming up for payment here pretty soon.
Yeah.
BA is next on the list. So I think that them making all these moves the way they have been lately is really boding well for the future. So.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm super excited to have Bosa back. He makes that defense go.
Yes,
him along with Fred Warner. So super excited. He mentioned he's ready to be a Niner for life, ready to win some Super Bowls. So I'm stoked. The moves around him that happened, this is all happening at the same time. So Bosa signs, then they restructure Trent Williams, then they restructure Kittle.
Yep.
Today they restructure Armstead. Now they have the most available cap space in the NFL, just over 40 million. I think just over 41 million actually. Yeah. Some analysts see this as the Niners kicking the can down the road financially. So they could wind up, in a really bad financial spot down the road. If they play their cards right, they could avoid that. They do have guys like BA who are ready to get paid as well. I think they are going to make a move to give him a contract extension. But who knows? Maybe they could be gearing up for another big splash trade. who
Very possible.
maybe there's someone they feel like they can add to their roster that can elevate them to that contender status. I don't know who that could be at the moment, but it is going to cost them money, and they're going to need some cap space if they do want to make another move like that. And it'll be interesting to see. So I'm excited. Regardless, maybe they don't make a trade, they're still contenders, and they have a lot of cap space, and they have a ton of draft picks.
We got their picks back.
Yeah.
I think they're really set up for a nice run moving forward.
Yeah.
We'll see. They've been in this position before. When Harbaugh was there, they made a run and they were set up for long-term success, and then it all fell apart. But thank goodness they got rid of Trent Baalke, so hopefully that won't ever happen again. But yeah, I'm super excited to see how they play their cards moving forward. So, and then you mentioned kicking the can down the road, and it seems like that may be the case, but I'll be honest with you. As bad as the outlook is for the Los Angeles Rams this season, I'd gladly trade places with them and have the 49ers have won a Super Bowl within the last 2 years because they decided to kick the can down the road.
Yeah.
So if it turns into a Super Bowl or two, hey, kick the can down the road. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I don't think the Rams actually were as financially sound in the decision-making process as the 49ers have been with theirs. They still, are short some draft picks. All the players they had, they're now moved on. They're still paying some of those players.
So, no, I know, and that's what I'm saying though. I'm saying the Rams are in that position, but I guarantee you, every one of their fans is like, we got a Super Bowl out of it. So I'm in the same boat. Hopefully we don't get to that spot, but if it ends up turning into a Super Bowl or two, I'm okay with it. There you
oh! Dang! That was on the money. That was on the money. You got to catch that.
That was on the money.
Of course, that sideline's fired up because he dropped a perfect pass.
Yeah, beautiful pass by
Hartman.
All right, so those are our things that we want to celebrate to kick off the weekend. If you are not happy about the Fighting Irish being 2-0 or Nick Bosa being signed, well, screw you. Just kidding. But not really. All right, so we're gonna move on to our next topic. There you go, Sam.
First down.
Nice. All right, moving on to our next topic. We are going to go ahead and give the stage to Justin for his Week 1 fantasy boom and bust alert. So he's going to give us one player that is on boom alert and one player that's on bust alert each week. And hopefully you don't have the bust player, and hopefully you do have the boom player.
Yeah.
We are going to start with boom alert and take it away.
Boom alert, Mr. Calvin Ridley. Get you some Calvin Ridley. If you can, stack him with Trevor Lawrence. DFS, definitely go with those guys. Their matchup this week is juicy, going against the Colts. He's projected at 11.59. That's half PPR in my league, so probably a bump that up in PPR. But still, I think he's going to beat that tremendously. The dude's probably itching to play. He's got a great matchup. He's got a great quarterback. And I think Peterson's got something up his sleeve to scheme Ridley some nice plays. So get you some Ridley. DFS, you definitely should try and stack Ridley and Lawrence.
T-Law.
T-Law.
There you go. Oh,
nice juice.
Yes, sir.
All right, so get you some Ridley. He's on boom alert. I think he's going to boom this week. Great matchup, and again, probably itching to play.
I agree. I think that's a great selection for the boom alert. They do have a great matchup, and I think that Indy's offense and their lack of firepower at this point, and then a rookie quarterback starting is going to give them some extra opportunities. I think it's a great selection for the boom alert this week.
Yep.
Now, this next one kind of broke my heart, but
it breaks my heart, but
I understand.
Yeah, so on bus alert, and I hate to say it as a Niners fan, and I know all you guys out there. Ooh, first down run. Hopefully see some of these out of CMC this week. the thing is, the Niners have made it very well known that Christian McCaffrey is going to be not necessarily on a snap count, but they're going to manage his workload throughout the season. And the 49ers backfield, for the first time, and we discussed this, who knows how long, the entire backfield's healthy,
Yeah.
and these guys are quality backs. Elijah Mitchell, he's healthy going into week 1.
Yep.
He's not. He could start on a lot of teams.
He could. I believe so.
He's a above average backup,
Yep.
so he is going to eat into Christian McCaffrey's workload. And Shanahan is just a coach to scheme up these other running backs to take the brunt of the workload off of Christian McCaffrey. So
yeah, you got Jordan Mason, TDP.
Yeah, and these guys are good. Jordan Mason flashed in the preseason. He played really well last year. McCaffrey is projected at 15.89 half PPR. Again, probably a little more than that in your PPR leagues. But again, I would downgrade him just a little bit. He's on bust alert. I think some of the other Niners backs are going to eat, even though it's week 1 and he's fresh and everything. Just look for Shanahan to get everyone involved, even Debo.
I like that. I think Debo's going to be much more involved in the running game this year than he was last year.
Yeah.
So. All right. So those are your fantasy boom alert and bust alert. Again, hopefully you don't have the bust alert, and hopefully you do have the boom alert. All right, so let's keep it moving. Oh, we don't want to talk about Nick Bosa anymore.
Or do we?
Maybe we do. Hey,
he's a baller.
Hey, sorry for the scare.
Yeah, sorry for the scare.
Let's go win some games. He's just so nonchalant about everything. I love it.
I love it.
I love it so much. All right, Irish are driving right now.
I love this.
They are into NC State territory, 1st and 10.
Yeah, like the 30 or something. 36.
Ooh.
37.
There we go.
Outside. Oh, nice little stop.
There we go.
A few yards. For a couple yards.
Turned nothing into something.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we are going to move along to our pick 6. So Justin and I are going to give you 6 picks from each week that we obviously are picking to win. And then we'll discuss them, kind of talk about some of the similarities, differences. And then, of course, we would love to know what you think. Let us know who you think we were right about, who we were wrong about. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. But I'll go ahead and go up first. And I have the Falcons over the Panthers.
I like it.
I have the Saints over the Titans. I have the Browns upsetting the Bengals.
Ooh.
I've got the Giants upsetting the Cowboys. I have the Packers. I don't know if you call it an upset, but they're the underdog. I have them upsetting the Bears. And then the Niners beating the Steelers. Now, let's go ahead and see Justin's pick 6.
Yeah, so we got the Falcons spot on. I've got the Jaguars over the Colts. I've got the Raiders beating the Broncos. I've got the Giants also over the Cowboys in primetime action. I have the Bears over the Packers. And then I have the Jets actually beating the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football.
I think that's very possible. So, yeah, obviously we're both in agreement with the Falcons over the Panthers.
Yeah.
I think the Falcons are going to score a lot of points this year. I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to keep up with their offense, and I think that the Falcons are going to come out ahead on that one. Yeah.
Well, with the Panthers, they're down Chark, one of their top receivers. Thielen is on the injury report still, so they have a rookie QB.
Yeah.
They have a rookie QB. They have a rookie receiver who will likely act as their wide receiver 1. So Mingo will likely act as their wide receiver 1. So this team is in full rebuild. Yeah. The Falcons, I think they're at the tail end of their rebuild.
Yeah, I think so
and
too.
I think they know what their identity is. They added Bijan, who's going to probably beast against the Panthers.
I think so.
So I like the Falcons in this one. Honestly, it could be a blowout.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think the Panthers' defense is pretty solid. They're not elite, but they're pretty solid. I like Burns for the Panthers. He's pretty solid. I think he's led the league over the last 4 years. He has, I think, the most or the second most sacks in the league. So I like Burns. He's a sneaky outside dark horse defensive player of the year pick. But I think overall, I think this is going to be one of those games where whoever has the ball last possibly is going to win. And I'm going to go with the Falcons.
I think defensively they're probably pretty similar in talent, and offensively, though, I think
Atlanta's
a superior team. Atlanta's not a superior offense overall in the league.
Yeah.
They're just superior against the Panthers.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but we'll see. I think when I say blowout, 2 scores, 10 points or more. All right. Next.
All right, so I got the Saints over the Titans. I just like Derek Carr, the addition of Derek Carr to the Saints. Titans really are I think, a team in decline. I think they have been for the last couple of years. I know they signed D-Hop, but he's at the tail end of his career. Derrick Henry, how much longer can he continue to carry the entire team? So I think that this is going to be the beginning of a really rough year for the Titans. I like the Saints. I know they're missing Alvin Kamara, but I think that Jamal Williams will fill in nicely. And so I got the Saints.
There's a lot of excitement around the Saints right now with the addition of Carr. And then D-Hop popped up on the injury report yesterday. So who knows how that's going to look. I agree with you, Saints in this one. My pick for the Jags over the Colts, I think that's an obvious one. Jags are just a better team. They have a more experienced quarterback. They have the better receiving core. I think that the Jaguars win this one easily. So, yeah.
I agree with you. I think the Jags win that one.
Should be.
I think they win that one handily, going away.
Yeah, they have a lot of talent.
Yeah. So
they're going to build on their season last year.
Yeah. I like your Raiders pick. That is game there that I think there's a lot of hype and expectation around Sean Payton. And I'm trying to understand how just him being on the sideline makes up for the fact that they are injury riddled already to start the season.
And they still lack talent.
And Russell Wilson doesn't look in the preseason. He didn't look any better than he did last season. So I'm gonna again. I like the Raiders pick. If I was betting, I'd probably bet on the Raiders. So.
Yeah, I mean Broncos are down a few receivers.
Yeah.
Wilson didn't look much better.
No.
They're planning on starting a third-string running back or giving a third-string running back a lot of carries. P. Ryan will get some carries, but Javonte Williams is still, he's coming back from an ACL injury. Who knows? Peyton already said he doesn't even have a number of touches they're going to, give him. Yeah. I mean, the Raiders...
They got a game plan.
They got a game plan. I wouldn't say, they're a great team or anything like that, but they have some playmakers. Their receiving core is much better. Yep. I would take Adams and Renfro over the Broncos receiving core. Yeah. I would actually take Jimmy Garoppolo over Russell Wilson.
I would too.
So,
especially with McDaniels as his coach.
I don't know how Denver's the favorite in this game.
I think it's again the only reason I think I was talking to you about it. I think it has a lot to do with that. It's still summertime, still warm. And they're going to be playing in the altitude in week 1. Unless you've been in that altitude and in that environment, you're probably not conditioned for it. So I think that has a lot to do with Denver being favored. Yeah. But I'm still going to roll with the Raiders. I think that they're going to find a way to overcome being a mile high. So
the next one though, we both picked the Giants.
Yep.
And people don't know this, but the D in Dallas stands for disappointment. And that's exactly what's going to happen on Sunday Night Football.
No, I'm just kidding. When John Cena. Yo, I agree with you. I think that the Cowboys are about to be surprised. I know that don't get me wrong, they got a lot of talent all across the board. Offense, defense, they got talent everywhere. The Giants got talent too, though.
They do.
The one thing that gives me a little bit of hesitation is Darren Waller is questionable for the game. I think as long as he plays and he's healthy, then they got a really good shot to win. And I'm going to go with the Giants. So
yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement in the Giants room. In the Giants building, building, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it. Facility.
There we go. They brought in some young talent to go along with Saquon. They, locked in their quarterback. They think Jones could be their quarterback of the future. Yep. He actually didn't play too bad. Wasn't great. Just at the same level, I think, of Kirk Cousins, just more athletic. So I think in a surprise, maybe a 3-point narrow victory, the Giants win.
I like it. All right, so I got the Packers. I got them beating the Bears. The Packers are actually underdogs in this game. Another one that I was surprised by. I know Justin Fields, they added DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Justin Fields looked really good in the preseason in the limited time that he played. At the same time, though, I liked the way Jordan Love looked in the preseason. I like Christian Watson, I think, showed up on the injury report. He's out, so that's going to make a difference.
Dobbs is also very questionable.
But I'm still going to go ahead and roll with the Packers because of those running backs that they have. I like their. I'm not saying they're elite, but I like their secondary. I like the Packers defense to make a big impact in this game, and I'm rolling with them again in another close game because it's a divisional game. So Packers. I know you picked the Bears, and I'd love to know why.
Well, Watson's out. They have the first. Let me start by saying this. They have the youngest wide receiver room in the entire NFL, and you combine that with really Jordan Love's inexperience as a starting NFL quarterback. So they're going to be down their presumed number one receiver. Dobbs, he's also battling the same injury as Watson. So he's expected he'll probably be on a snap count. Then outside of that, it's just they got a couple of rookies and young guys. I do like their running backs, both of which I have on one of my fantasy teams, and I do plan on starting both of them for this very reason. But I just think it's going to be a lot for them to overcome against Chicago. Again, a lot of excitement surrounding them. And with the addition of Moore, I think the Bears are going to actually be a really explosive offense this year. The Packers defense is a high-quality defense. I just think the Bears are going to be the better team overall in the game, and they'll be the ones with the most points on the board at the end of the game.
Yeah, I could see that one going either way, honestly. Last one, I'm a homer. Niners over the Steelers because I think the Niners are better. I feel a lot more confident about it now that Nick Bosa is signed, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I think the Niners – I like the Steelers. I like the Steelers a lot this year. I think they're going to win a lot of games. I like Kenny Pickett and George Pickens. I think they are a great combination and could be one of those duos that teams start to fear as the season goes along and as they continue to play together. But I like the 49ers to win this one on the road in a close one as well. But I like the Niners to win.
Yeah, I like the Niners to win as well. It should be a close game, but overall, I just think are a better team. Yep. They have more experience, the continuity, everything like that. All their best players should be on the field, and that should make them the better team at the end of the day. I was thinking about it. I was like, but he's probably going to pick the Niners, so let me pick a different game. Yep. So I actually went with the Monday night game. I'm going to take the Jets over the Buffalo Bills. That game, let me double check here that I'm correct on that. That game is being...
Oh, why did you drop the pin, bro?
He caught himself a case of the Tonys.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know Kadarius Toney played defense for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Man.
Watch this, bro. Watch.
Oh, he got
crunched.
Leveled.
And then he was just...
He dropped it.
Right in his hands.
Wow.
He pulled a Tony.
He had a case of the Tonys.
Oh, man. Anyway.
So this game is in New York. Super hype in New York right now. Everyone is with the addition of Aaron Rodgers. New Jersey. Yeah. But the weapons on offense, I think, are really similar. But then you go to the defensive side of the ball. I think that the Jets have some lockdown corners. They have the better defense. Their D-line is really good. And it's going to be tough for Allen and Diggs, which sucks because I have those two guys also in one of my fantasy leagues.
You got too many fantasy leagues, bro.
They're going to make it tough. They're going to make it tough on those guys. They're going to get theirs, but they're going to make it tough on them. And I think the Jets get a win at home in a close game over the Bills. This division overall is going to be... up and down. Miami's going to be good there as well. New England could be sneaky good, but I think it's a 3-team race. So we'll see.
I agree. Honestly, I was afraid to pick this game. I didn't pick it on any parlay or any bets at all because I don't know what to expect from either one of these teams.
Yeah.
I know what we've seen on Hard Knocks. I know what we've seen in the playoffs. I mean, in the preseason. I know, the reports coming out of Buffalo in the offseason and different things like that. But I have no clue what to expect from either team because the Jets' offensive line is so unpredictable. And as great as Aaron Rodgers is, he's like any other quarterback. If you can't protect him and keep him upright, he's not very effective while he's looking at the sky all night long. So that's just the way it is. And then for Buffalo, what kind of chemistry do they have? What kind of vibe is going on with that team? Because there's a lot of question marks around, obviously, their star receiver, Stephon Diggs. They still have not, in my opinion, done enough to bolster that running game to take some pressure off of Josh Allen. So, again, I think they're just the same team running it back again without making a lot of changes. And we've seen really what that ceiling is for them is a playoff exit before they reach their goal of the Super Bowl. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a great game. There's going to be a lot of excitement with Rodgers, obviously. First game in a Jets uniform that actually counts. So be very interesting and exciting. And I think the NFL was smart by scheduling that to cap off the week.
I know. I think it's going to be an exciting game. There's a lot of excitement on both sides of that ball. Both teams should contend in the AFC. Yeah. The AFC is going to be tough.
AFC is going to be really, really tough this year.
80% of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about the game that happened on Thursday. That could have a big impact on how the season ends up. I mean,
100%.
Literally, think about last year. Think about last year how it happened. Because of the game that got canceled, thank goodness DeMar Hamlin, is healthy and all of that. And he's playing and everything, and he was okay. But if you think about it from a football aspect, which I don't want to be Skip Bayless, obviously I'm not insensitive, but that one game was the difference between the Bills or the Bengals having home field advantage or the Chiefs having home field advantage. So that one game on Thursday could be a big difference. So yeah, AFC is going to be interesting. Speaking of Thursday, I think we've already mentioned it, but Kadarius Toney, bruh, you got to catch the ball, man. Catch it. All right? Listen, I'm not even going to mention that you cost me my bet, okay? Whatever. I know you don't care about that. But your job is to catch the ball.
Put your hands out like this.
Use your hands. Catch it.
Squeeze
Catch it. Squeeze it.
And pull it into
you. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes threw a ball.
Snatch that ball out there, bro.
Patrick Mahomes threw a ball. They hit you right here.
Snatch it out there,
right here.
bro.
He hit you right here.
Come on, man.
And that shit turned into a pick six. What the hell?
Snatch it out there. Catch the ball. Get some finger stretches if you need.
Catch the ball.
Get your fingers around that ball, man.
Anyways.
Man.
Dang.
I don't mind the Chiefs' loss, if I'm being honest.
I don't either. That's what they get.
That's what they get.
All right. 3-0 Irish at the end of the first quarter. All right, next up. I could be wrong, but I'll bet. Here's what I got for you. I got some underdogs here.
What's your record on the year?
0-3. Yes.
I just had to give
all right.
shit.
So the Chiefs did not cover. Isaiah Pacheco did not.
Did he even play? No, I'm just playing.
Good Lord, I didn't think he was going to play at first. He didn't score a touchdown, and they didn't hit the over. So, hey, it is what it is. That's why it's called I Could Be Wrong, and that's why it says here, don't gamble if you can't afford to. All right. So, anyways, this is what I got for Sunday. I got the Browns, as I mentioned, beating the Bengals. How they're going to do it, I have no clue, but I got the Browns beating the Bengals.
They're at home.
They are at home. Week 1 should be Battle of Ohio division game. Should be a great game. I got the Raiders over the Broncos. We already talked about it.
Yep.
I got the Dolphins over the Chargers. This is a game we haven't really talked about, but I do have the Dolphins over the Chargers. I think that offense is high-powered. As long as Tua can stay upright and stay on the field, which they seem to have a plan to do so, I think the Dolphins are going to be able to outscore the Chargers. Still trying to figure out what all the hype is about Justin Herbert. Sure, he can throw the ball a long way, but can he win some football games? And then we both talked about it. I got the Giants over the Cowboys. That 4-leg parlay, if you bet $10, will pay you roughly 276. So if you make that bet and you win, good luck and good job. If you make that bet and you lose, I don't give a shit because I'm going to lose too. Don't cry to me. I lost money too.
I don't have the odds, but if I was going to make a bet here, I'd make this one, but if there was an alternate bet with these teams, I would still take the Raiders money line, the Giants money line, but I'd take the Browns to cover the spread and the Dolphins to cover the spread.
Let me pull it up. I think the Browns are like 2.5 point underdog. Let's take.
You could even do an alternate spread probably.
Yeah. All right. So you think that
I think the Raiders and the Giants are going to win straight up. Browns and Dolphins, I'm not convinced. So okay. I would probably. It's going to be a close game, I think. In those, the Browns are at home. Dolphins are on the road, but they're a really good team.
Yeah.
So I'd probably bet the spread on those two games, but I like it. I like it.
All right. Well, again, I could be wrong.
Shit, I'm probably wrong.
But I'm gonna bet. I already did. So shit. If I win, we're gonna be eating wings on this shit next week.
Yeah. You heard him. If
I lose, we still might be eating wings on this shit next week. Anyways. That's really all the planned topics I had. I got a couple of just random things I want to throw out there. You got anything?
I was just searching Twitter right now. I had some notifications, or X.
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Notifications come in right now. Lombardi says 49ers cap situation with everything they know right now. Cap space, 35.52 mil. Woo! Updated from my earlier number of 41 mil. That was reported by Field Yates, just FYI. Let's see.
All right. Couple big events going on today in the sports world outside of the NFL. Obviously, if you're a college football fan, which we are, there's a big game this afternoon again between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Texas Longhorns. I know everybody is all over Texas and wanting to jump on that bandwagon, saying Texas is back. I'm taking Alabama by 2 touchdowns. I think Alabama stomps the doo-doo out of the Texas Longhorns today.
It's quite possible.
Yeah, it's a home game. College game day was there earlier. The crowd has been hyped all morning long. So Texas is going to be in for a hostile environment for sure.
College crowds be getting super hyped.
Oh, dude, they are insane, man. Yep.
I mentioned earlier the Broncos are going to be. This is for our fantasy viewers. Broncos are going to be starting a running back, third string running back. That running back name is not starting, giving significant carries. That's the wording. To running back Jaleel McLaughlin, whoever that is.
Hey, go find him.
There, go find him. If you're short a running back in week 1.
In week 1,
go find Jaleel McLaughlin.
Maybe you drafted Jonathan Taylor for some reason. Cooper Kupp might end up on the IR.
Could end up out for the season.
And I can say this for sure: if that happens, Chris Anderson, that's what you get. Anyways, UFC. I got Israel Adesanya to beat Strickland tonight. 3rd round knockout. That's what I got. Izzy in the 3rd round KO. I know you're not you don't follow it as much as I do, but
I might watch it.
That's who I'm rolling with. So
I like it.
All right. What else we got? Anything else?
That's that for me. I'm ready for Sunday to be here.
I am ready for Sunday to be here as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. We appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Be on the lookout for more content throughout the week. Don't forget to check out our shorts that we put out. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. And I could be wrong, but football's back and life couldn't be better.
Yes, sir.
Woo! See ya. Go Niners.
Go Niners.